one of the biggest changes over the last few years is that customers' patience has started to shorten a little bit. As other companies set higher and higher bars for what customer service can be and is, the days of being a little bit forgiving of the likes of insurance companies that are maybe a little bit older, have some tech infrastructure that's a bit dated and can't really provide that seamless service, those days are gone. And it's now our job to accelerate our journeys and our customer experience to get to that level. In fact, I'd like to pause here and give a shout out to quite a few people in the eGain team, because First Central over the weekend upgraded to R21. And talking about new distribution channels, that's going to let us launch WhatsApp tomorrow. There is that curve. Is generative AI going to be the thing that enables large organizations and small to turbocharge their customer experience by deploying it across the value chain in compelling ways? I think the answer to that is yes. Rich data, poor insight. Again, we've talked about the eGain analytics stuff, and I think a lot of people here will be familiar with this problem. Large, unstructured data sets that they cannot access, visualize, and interpret easily. Generative AI is still early, so you can't necessarily hand it a massive CSV and say, put me together a bunch of wonderful graphs. And I think that's where the confluence of the technologies and the specialists of the likes of eGain, what we talked about earlier, can start to come into it. I touched on R21 and the WhatsApp implementation, but alongside that, we're also exploring with eGain things like the Instant Answers and turning things into, I've already been on to Sujith about the AssistGPT and the innovation in 30 days, and I've asked him if we can start both of those tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be able to move quite quickly on that. We're focusing on trying to delight customers, reduce operational costs at the same time, and this is a rare moment in terms of the technology available to us that can probably achieve both of those things at the same time if deployed correctly. One of the things that I really like the idea of being able to do with this technology is having an ecosystem of data that is sufficiently connected that when a customer calls in, we have an idea as to what it is that they're probably calling us about. The personalization aspect, I think, can be huge. Machine learning, big data, the things that kind of came before this as AI, they were largely the purview of big corporations, highly trained and sophisticated individuals who'd been through a lot of education in terms of how to use it. You might have something in your head. You might not be amazingly literate at Excel, but you know what you want from the data. And if you could just ask it and have it tell you, without the need of years of training in terms of manipulating and extracting from unstructured data, you'd level up, right? We're all racing to figure out how to use this best. And by having it in the hands of millions of people, the use cases that are being tested and the hypotheses that are being worked right now across the globe allow for an explosion of that opportunity. And whoever nails it is going to realize, as we talked about, operational efficiency, customer experience enhancement, and overall improvement of service in the extreme. New skills will be needed. Prompt engineering will become a full-time role. Getting those queries right, making them tailored to extract exactly what you need from that data is going to become an art form. It's an enabling technology that I'm hopefully imparting upon you that people shouldn't be scared of. They should be really excited that they can lean into something that's going to save them time and make their lives easier. We can take that technology and we can deploy it across the value chain, and we can, as I said earlier, unleash a brand new customer experience. What is around the corner? We talked about the Turing test being passed by GPT-4. But for a customer experience perspective, what that means for us, if we can deploy it across things like web chat, chatbot, email, I'd love to see it over the next couple of years come into voice as well. What that means for us is that we can be 24/7 all the time. In an era where technology and human convergence, let us remember it is not the AI that defines the pinnacle of success, but the harmonious dance between machine precision and human intuition. Together, they craft an unparalleled symphony of experience and efficiency. Thank you very much.